If you're counting on Social Security, SSDI, SSI, or VA benefits to make ends meet, I've got news that's going to impact your monthly budget in a big way. The new payment amounts for 2025 have been announced. And while some of you are going to see welcome increases, others might be facing some challenges I need to walk you through. I'm here because I know how stressful it is when you're living on a fixed income and every dollar counts. Whether you're a mom trying to stretch your disability check to cover groceries, a veteran waiting for your monthly payment, or someone who's been unemployed and relying on these benefits, this affects you directly. I spent hours reading through the official Social Security Administration reports, the VA announcements, and all the fine print so you don't have to. And trust me, there's both good news and some things you need to prepare for. Let me be straight with you. I've been covering benefit changes for years because I understand what it's like to live paycheck to paycheck, or in this case, benefit payment to benefit payment. I've talked to thousands of people who depend on these programs, and I know the anxiety that comes with wondering if your monthly income is going to keep up with rising costs. Today, I'm breaking down exactly what's changing with Social Security retirement benefits, Social Security disability insurance, SSDI, supplemental security income, SSI, and VA compensation. I'll give you the specific dollar amounts, tell you when these changes take effect, and most importantly, help you understand what this means for your family's budget. Here's what I want to accomplish in the next few minutes. I want you to walk away knowing exactly how much your monthly payment is changing, when you'll see that change, and what steps you can take right now to prepare, whether that's good news or challenging news. Because here's the thing, knowledge is power, especially when you're managing on a tight budget. The more you understand about these changes, the better you can plan ahead. Let's talk about who these changes impact. Because if you're watching this video, you're probably in one of these groups. Social Security recipients. If you're retired and receiving Social Security benefits, this affects about 67 million Americans. That includes moms who worked for decades and are now retired, dads who are collecting their earned benefits, and spouses who are receiving survivor benefits. SSDI recipients. For those of you on Social Security disability insurance, and I know many of you are juggling disability with trying to care for families, there are about 9 million Americans in this program. This includes parents who became disabled and can't work their previous jobs, young adults who were born with disabilities, and workers who suffered injuries or illnesses. SSI recipients, supplemental security income, affects about 7.5 million people, including many elderly folks with limited income, disabled individuals who didn't earn enough work credits for SSDI, and yes, children with disabilities whose families are struggling to make ends meet. Veterans. If you're receiving VA disability compensation, this affects over 5 million veterans. That's moms and dads who served our country and are dealing with service-connected disabilities. Young veterans just starting their civilian lives, and older veterans managing multiple health conditions. All right, let's get to what you came here for, the actual dollar amounts. Social Security COLA increase. The cost of living adjustment, COLA, for 2025 is 2.5%. Now, I know that might sound small, but let me break down what this means in real dollars. If you're receiving the average Social Security retirement benefit of about $1,900 per month, you're looking at an increase of roughly $47 per month. That's about $564 more per year. For maximum earners, those getting the highest Social Security payments of around $4,873 per month, the increase is about $122 monthly. SSDI changes. SSDI recipients get the same 2.5% COLA increase. The average SSDI payment is about $1,537 per month. So you're looking at an increase of approximately $38 per month or about $456 per year. The maximum SSDI benefit is increasing to about $4,018 per month for 2025. SSI updates. This is where it gets a bit more complicated. The federal SSI payment for an individual is increasing to $967 per month in 2025, up from $943. That's a $24 monthly increase. For couples, the new amount is $1,450 per month, up from $1,415. VA compensation. Veterans are seeing increases too. The VA disability compensation rates are going up by 2.5% as well. For a veteran with a 100% disability rating with no dependents, the monthly payment increases to about $3,737, up from approximately $3,652. If you're a veteran with dependents, your increases will be higher. For example, a 100% disabled veteran with a spouse and 2 children under 18 is looking at a monthly payment of around $415. Let me start with the positive, because I know many of you need to hear this. These increases are automatic. You don't need to apply, you don't need to call anyone, you don't need to fill out paperwork. These adjustments happen automatically based on inflation data. The increases take effect January 2025. So your first increased payment should hit your account in February 2025. Since January payments are typically sent in December of the previous year, for many of you, this extra money is going to make a real difference. That additional $47 per month for Social Security recipients, that's nearly $600 more per year. That could be a few months of groceries, help with utility bills, or money you can put aside for emergencies. For veterans, these increases recognize the ongoing cost of living challenges you're facing, especially if you're dealing with service-connected disabilities that create additional expenses. Now, I need to be honest with you about the challenging side of this news, because I respect you enough to tell you the truth. A 2.5% increase sounds good on paper, but let's talk about what you're actually experiencing in your daily life. Grocery prices, rent, utilities, healthcare costs. Many of these are increasing faster than 2.5% per year. For those of you on SSI, I know that $24 monthly increase might feel especially frustrating when you're seeing your rent go up by $50 or $100, or when a grocery trip that used to cost $80 is now costing $100. And here's something that affects many Social Security recipients. If you're on Medicare, your Medicare Part B premiums might increase too. The 2025 premium is $185 per month, up from $174.70 in 2024. For many of you, this means your net Social Security increase is smaller than the gross increase. For moms on SSDI, if you're a mother managing a disability while raising children, every dollar matters. That extra $38 per month might help with school supplies, co-pays for doctor visits, or just give you a tiny bit more breathing room in your budget. For veterans, these increases help, but I know many of you are dealing with rising healthcare costs, housing costs, and other expenses related to your service-connected conditions. The increase is a step in the right direction, but it might not feel like enough. For seniors on Social Security, you've earned these benefits through decades of work. And while this increase helps, I know many of you are choosing between medications and groceries, or heat and food. This extra money can help with those impossible choices. For young adults on SSI, if you're a young person with disabilities trying to build some independence, that $24 increase might help with transportation costs, basic necessities, or saving for future goals. Here's what you can do right now to prepare for and maximize these changes. First, update your budget. Look at your current monthly income and add in the new amounts I shared. Then, review your expenses and see where you might need to make adjustments. Second, if you haven't already, consider direct deposit. It ensures you get your payments on time without worrying about lost or stolen checks. Third, keep an eye on your Social Security statement. You can create an account at SSA.gov to track your benefits and see exactly what your new payment amount will be. Fourth, for veterans, make sure the VA has your current address and banking information. You can update this through va.gov or by calling the VA. Fifth, plan for Medicare changes. If you're on Medicare, factor in the premium increases when calculating your net benefit increase. I want to be realistic but hopeful with you. These increases are a recognition that the cost of living continues to rise. And these programs are designed to help you keep up, at least partially. The COLA system isn't perfect, but it's based on actual economic data. Specifically, the Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners and clerical workers. The Social Security Administration doesn't just pick these numbers randomly. They're calculated based on real economic conditions. For 2025, while 2.5% might not feel like enough, it's higher than some recent years. In 2024, the COLA was 3.2%. In 2023, it was 8.7%. But there have been years with much smaller increases or even no increases at all. I know that living on these benefits can be incredibly stressful, especially when it feels like everything is getting more expensive faster than your income is increasing. But I want you to know that these programs exist because society recognizes that everyone deserves dignity and basic security. If you're a parent on disability, you're not a burden. You're someone who deserves support while managing health challenges. If you're a veteran, these benefits are part of the promise our country made to you when you served. If you're a senior, you earn these benefits through a lifetime of work. These increases, while they might not feel like enough, represent millions of people getting a little bit more help with their daily needs. That matters. You matter. The bottom line is this: your Social Security, SSDI, SSI, or VA payments are going up in 2025. The increases range from about $24 per month for SSI recipients to over $100 for high-earning Social Security recipients. These changes happen automatically starting in January 2025. I know it's a lot to keep track of, and that's exactly why I make these videos. I want to make sure you have clear, accurate information about the benefits you depend on. If this video helped you understand what's changing with your benefits, please hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. I cover benefit updates, policy changes, and practical advice for people living on fixed incomes every week. And hey, check out the video I did last month about maximizing your grocery budget on SNAP benefits. A lot of you found that helpful. And with these small increases, every dollar stretching tip matters even more. In the comments, let me know how these changes will affect you. Are you relieved, frustrated, planning to use the extra money for something specific? I read every comment, and your experiences help other viewers know they're not alone. Remember, you're not just surviving on these benefits. You're managing, you're planning, and you're taking care of yourself and your families with the resources available to you. That takes strength, and I see you. Until next week, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one.